Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Serene Pod with myself, Mark.
Selling.
And yeah, it's amazing to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the weather change because, you know, I remember seeing somewhere that it said that it had rained every day of 2026
I saw that.
up to a week in February. But I think we're finally out of the woods. How are you, Selin? How have you been?
Yeah, good. So, obviously, our last episode was an all-female episode.
Woo, females!
Yeah. So it was a female empowerment episode, which was great.
Yeah.
But we also missed you in that episode. So
Oh no!
welcome back.
I want it to be said, and I want it to be clear that in a room full of women who are speaking on women's things and issues, I have no right to have a say, because women's issues are their own issues, and unless they ask me to speak, I stay silent.
That is a good point for all men.
Yeah.
Actually. But yeah, apart from that, I've been well. I haven't seen you for a little while. I've been in Jamaica.
Woo!
Yeah, so I think, personally, I brought the sunshine back with me.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because when I landed, the sun was out and I was like, oh, I thought it was raining for this whole time. So
I feel like we have to talk about Jamaica.
Oh, 101%.
How was Jamaica?
Jamaica, as always, was 10-10.
How many times have you been?
Twice now.
Okay. Amazing.
And I think last time I went, I did recommend it to you that you need to go.
I need to go anywhere. I haven't been anywhere in a long time.
Do you know Jamaica? Because of Bob Marley, because of reggae music, music is everywhere.
I can imagine.
Everywhere you go, you will see a Bob Marley image somewhere.
That's amazing.
You will see Vibes Cartel somewhere. Music is very in your face in Jamaica, and I absolutely love it. It's a big part of their culture, and I just think that you will absolutely love it.
I'm sure I'd love it. I want to go for sure.
Yeah, you definitely need to. We had a great time. It was a different experience this time. We were visiting my partner's family, so I ended up going to different towns, different villages, and embracing an authentic experience of Jamaica this time around, which I absolutely loved. Great food, great people, great vibes.
I have one question for you.
Go on.
There is a lot that has been said about one restaurant in Jamaica, a restaurant that's around the world, but supposedly the one in Jamaica is different. Do you know what I'm talking about?
KFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the Jamaican KFC as good as people say it is?
Yes. Yeah. So the first time I went, I didn't get a chance to try it. This time, we made sure we tried it. Yeah. And the hype is real. The hype is real. Yeah, the seasoning in the fried chicken is different.
Okay.
Different.
Good to know.
It tastes a lot better, a lot fresher. The taste is different. The options are different. All around, it's different in a good way. It's less oily as well.
Okay.
It's just fresh. So
make me want to go to Jamaica.
You know, you did that fried chicken festival thing.
Yeah, Wingfest.
Yeah, Wingfest. I don't think it's got anything on those.
Okay.
Big statement. I think you definitely need to try it.
Okay. The only place on my list next is that I have to go is Tokyo.
Oh.
So I want to do that this year. That's like my next.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be going to LA, but if I don't, I'm going Tokyo this year, no matter what. So that's up. But maybe I think probably after Tokyo would be Jamaica, because I really want to go. But
it needs to be high on the list.
Fine.
It needs to be.
Soon, hopefully soon.
Yeah, and I just think, knowing the person you are, you'll just love it.
Jamaica.
You'll just love.
Yeah, a lot of people that go say they don't want to, they didn't want to come back, or they end up going a lot more. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. I don't want to be exposed to a life that I can't have every day.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good. I'm not as excited as Jamaica. Not really anything has happened. Just kind of working, figuring things out, doing more music stuff, 2 kids, which is interesting, very interesting. Obviously, my daughter's now a bit bigger, a bit older, which is crazy. She's now, she's about to be 2 months old, which is mad.
That's
How
mad.
quick, time goes.
Yeah.
I remember the day she was born, like it was yesterday, but she's about to be 2 months old. It honestly is crazy to say. And she's crying just as much as she did on day one. So,
okay.
Yeah, not super fun, but my son's fantastic and my wife is thriving and enjoying life. So,
good.
All good.
Yeah, good.
For me, to be fair.
Good.
Everything similar to like you with Jamaica, everything's quite airy for me as well in the UK.
I see what you've done there.
But unfortunately, there are some things here happening that are not as airy.
No.
Or as cool or chill. There's stuff in the world happening that's definitely not as cool or chill.
No.
But probably more concerning for us in the UK and us that work with young people is this whole red-blue thing.
Yeah, I feel like I came back to chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I guess if the people out there don't know, it is this thing that kind of surfaced online where it, I think to some it feels like a game and for some it feels real.
Yeah.
But it's this thing that's encouraging young people from different schools to join in this war of like, you're either a red school or blue school and you're going to meet up after school on these different dates and propose times and fight or do different things, violent things, aggressive things to each other in order to win points or to gain some kind of, points above or upper hand to the other school that you're against, which doesn't make sense to me, but hey, that's kind of what we're seeing circulating a lot online at the moment.
Yeah.
And a lot of the warnings are coming from obviously the parents and parents being concerned. So I thought, it's probably something we should talk about.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Theo, where are you at with this? What do you know and what should we know or what,
Do you want me to read a little summary?
Yeah,
go on.
What I found online, which most of what Mark said has covered it. But the red versus blue schools war trend centres around AI-generated or digital designed posters that name specific local schools and split them into rival sides. Schools are labelled either red or blue, with pupils encouraged to meet up after school to fight. Some posts are using gaming-style language, introducing points, as Mark said, and competitive rules. Others have encouraged clashes to be filmed and shared online.
Any initial thoughts in hearing this? When you hear this, or when you heard this, was there any initial thoughts that you had?
Yeah, there was a few things. I thought about the last episode that me and you done about social media and banning social media, and how... I was quite firm in saying that I do think it should be banned for under 16s. I think that would be helpful in this situation, and I think it could have prevented this. I think the other thing is thinking about like America, because things like this happen in America. So I think that has an influence in, the different area postcode stuff that happens, and the red and blue. That's very American. That's very American. So I think that has an influence on what's going on now. And I also think about if I was a parent and my child was in a secondary school, what would I do? And instantly I just thought about, I just wouldn't send them to school.
Interesting.
Why would I take the risk?
Yeah.
Because the things I've seen is like, you can use your compass. Use your compass. If you don't have a knife, use it. I'm disappointed that this is where we're at now. What about you?
Oh man. So it's an interesting one. I had a lot of thoughts. I think for as long as I can remember, where there was like the internet or some way to get mass attention or awareness on a thing, people, in the wrong positions used it for bad, especially when it came to schools and gangs, right? So this kind of reminded me, it's not similar, but it reminded me of like happy slapping and all these different things where it's like, people use the internet to get people involved in violence. And I will always say to young people, like, you know, there's always a way out. There's always a way to avoid. And actually, if the majority of you don't do the things that you see or that people are encouraging, the likelihood is they will not happen. When I read the article, it also talked about the fact that actually there's been no incidents based on this thing. And so I'm also very much a conspiracy theorist. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am concerned, should I say, about the fact that this thing kind of popped up out of nowhere. I'm skeptical at the idea that it's a young person that just made this thing and put it online. And so for me, I start worrying about what could be happening, what could be being done or being distracted from, or it is, to me, it's weird, right? Sometimes you read stuff and you read the language and it feels like this is supposed to be for young people, but no young people would ever make or say this. You know what I mean? I don't know. Look, I've been young and I've been around real crazy people. I don't know nobody who's going to make a poster or would have made a poster and been like, yeah, use your compass. It's a really like sneaky thing to say. Like, really? Use your compass, yeah, if you don't have this. That's weird.
Yeah.
So it feels kind of like it's supposed to be a young people thing, but something about it just makes me think like,
yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure this ain't coming from someone else or somewhere else in order to create fear? That's what it feels more like. Because obviously we know the more that you say this kind of stuff, you pull it out there, then even if nobody was planning to do anything, everybody's now scared something's going to happen. So everybody starts to protect themselves and starts to put themselves in. But we've seen, young people have committed. And young people, I also think people think young people are like stupid. Like they're going to see a poster online and be like, cool, I'm going to go kill somebody from the next school because of a poster online. Like they're not as naive as you think they are. And a lot of young people are really insecure. So they might not be the person that's going to want to take the first move and go be like, yeah, guys, just for the sake of embarrassment. Like, yeah, guys, come on, let's go fight another school. You know, and everybody's like, who's this guy? Do you know what I mean? That's if I remember correctly, that's how school is. So that's why, like, it doesn't, something for me anyway, don't seem right about it. It seems a bit misplaced. And now we have a bunch of police that are driving around schools. And something about it don't feel right. But hey, that's just my initial opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's some like fear mongering going on.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
And also, as Theo was saying something about the language of like, there's like some gaming language happening. And the last episode of Me and You, we were talking about like Roblox and how there's predators on there and there's adults on there. And I was just feeling like, is this an adult, a predator that is involved in maybe like gaming and grooming that has created this as well as part of like, let me see how much I can control. There's a lot of people with mental health out there, and I just feel like this could be an adult with mental health trying to create chaos for our young people because no one knows actually where it stemmed from. No one can pinpoint where it's come from.
There was one social media account called, it was a TikTok account called Hackney607 or something, which was the first one that they allegedly found. But who knows yet.
From my perspective and from my experience, these things, the origin of a lot of these things isn't the young people themselves. They usually get involved and they perpetuate and they, but they're usually not the origin, because like I said, young people aren't super bold and brave all the time. Especially in that, if we're talking about the age demographic where everybody's the most like scared to make the first move because everybody's trying to figure out who they are, So being someone bold enough to basically be like, hey guys, let's start a war is a very in my opinion, it's a very high image of, 13 to 16-year-old right now. Now, it could be an older kid that's trying to start. But again, what's the benefits? What's the incentive? It could just be someone looking for trouble. But still...
Thanks for watching Serene Pod. Please like and subscribe and click that bell button so you can get the notifications. And please engage with us. We want to know your comments. We want to know your thoughts and feelings on everything that we talk about on Serene Pod.
Red versus blue, like this. For me, it sounds odd.
Which is very American as well.
Yeah.
But then someone probably our generation, our age, would know that that's what America has going on. Someone younger wouldn't really know that that's what's happening in America.
Have you ever heard a song that is is for like a certain demographic? Like it might be for kids, but you can hear that it's been written by an adult, but it sounds like it's for kids, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Where like kids don't speak in this language or they don't do these things, but it sounds like it's supposed to be for kids. That's how I felt when I read it. I was kind of like...
Yeah. This
is odd.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, Phil, you were saying.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because if this isn't a genuine problem or issue that was started by these young people we're talking about, then they are going to experience restrictions because of this, which then will legitimately lead to like behavior that is less favorable. And if you put someone in a box, they're going to want to get out of the box.
Yes.
It's like almost there's not a problem, and then suddenly there is a problem because of this problem that necessarily wasn't an issue in the first place. Which actually reflects into our adult lives and politics without going deep. What could the result for young people be who aren't feeling like they want to have a red versus blue fight? How do they feel after a month of restrictions and police in their schools? And what's their opinions of the police after that? Maybe they didn't have negative opinions before, but this brings them to actually have bias.
So I've seen on the news, there's a school, because of this, has put in a metal detector. So they have to walk through that when they're entering the school. And any like compasses and things like that get taken and only being given in the classroom when it's needed. And also I've seen some parents online saying that I am packing a change of clothes for my child, so when they finish school they get changed into normal clothes, so then no one can identify what school they go to, just so they can come home safely. This is crazy. This is actually crazy that this is happening.
It concerns me because what ends up happening, and again, yes, there's an issue with young people and violence and knife crime. That's an issue that exists in real time, right? But what this kind of does, similar to what Theo was saying, is basically, especially with like a metal detector, what you're doing really is you're criminalizing young people without them having done anything in the first place. So in my opinion, this thing is a great way to put in precautionary measures for young people to feel like criminals, even though they haven't done criminal acts. It's a great way to go and say, I know you didn't put this on the internet. I know you didn't ask to be involved, but because somebody put it out there, we think you might be, eligible for this thing, or you could be this, and then you put them in that position. And so I think it's difficult because you're creating the mindset for a lot of young people that, yes, this criminal activity is something that you could be involved in. I would then also be concerned about the areas that that this is happening, because you'll find that a lot of the areas that this is happening are marginalized areas, areas with a lot of minorities, with a lot of people living, difficult lives and having tougher upbringings. And now we're over-policing those areas. Like, for me, I mean, there's history of this happening all over the world in different ways. So this is not like special. But I think that's why I'm like, it is concerning that something popped up on the internet one day, and all of a sudden everybody went, oh, okay. And I haven't seen it shared or heard it from any young person that it was shared by them. It was parents that had received it. So from my perspective, it's actually going around parents more than it's even going around the kids. And obviously parents then speak to the kids and it becomes do you know what I mean? The fear makes it a thing. So that's concerning. I remember, I think it was maybe last year, the year before. Oh, this is a real so I remember that guy, Tommy Robinson, is that his name? Yeah. He did that march.
Oh, yes.
And he, you know, he lied about the numbers and made it look huge and blah, 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 right? And what it did was it sparked this idea that these marches are going to happen. And then I remember seeing people in areas gathering, preparing for potential attacks and wars, and seeing tweets of people taking videos they found from somewhere else and being like, there's a war. I remember someone actually that I know that's a really big YouTuber that had created he's American, and he created a YouTube video with a title that a war is about to happen in the UK, civil war in the UK. Wow. And I literally told him, change that title, because what you're doing is you're fearmongering and you're causing people to, nothing's happening. I just walked outside. No one's doing nothing, you know, but the idea makes you think this is happening. So, and I remember it was specifically people like, there was a poster saying, all these guys, I can't remember, what is Tommy Robinson's people, whatever they're called, were meeting in Walthamstow at this time, do this to the shops or whatever. And there was such a big gathering in Walthamstow of the locals, and no one came. But it's this is the point. If we pull it online and we spread the narrative, I've always said, and I know it because I do content, narrative is stronger than anything. Yeah. The story that you're telling is stronger than the truth right now. If I tell a story and make it look true, it is strong enough to change everybody's actions. And that's really concerning. Yeah. So, I really think that a lot of this, we have to be looking more than just the young people and just what's happening with the young, and more about who is spreading this information and who benefits from the spread of this information. These are my concerns.
Yeah, social media is really, really powerful. But I would also encourage parents that are worried, that are living in fear, understandably, to try and find the source and
you need to
dig a little bit deeper, because there is young people that are carrying knives. We are aware of that. We've spoken about that. We know what's happening out there. But with this particularly, something doesn't add up as well. And I think also, I don't know if you know this, but if we are living in fear, that automatically suppresses our immune system as well. So it causes things like lack of sleep. It causes overthinking. It causes things like packing extra clothes in your child's bag and picking them up from school and leaving work to do that. And it causes you to do those things. Automatically, our body responds to the fear as well. And I think whoever this may be, if it is an adult, they will probably be aware of this and the ripple effects of this as well. And also for the teachers as well that feel they're responsible because it has something to do with the school and where the school is located, that they are living in fear. So that ripple effect of fear in general and fear-mongering is real.
Yeah.
Is real.
It's huge.
Yeah, and it has a massive impact on communities, especially the ones that are in deprived areas that are struggling anyway.
Did you ever see, there's a Netflix series about a girl in school. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's recent. It's about a girl in school that was being bullied, cyberbullied through text. So she was dating a young boy. She was in school. She might have been 14, 13. She was dating some boy in school.
Is it a documentary?
It's a documentary.
Yes, I think I have seen it.
She was getting texts about, you this and that, crazy stuff. So she ended up breaking up with this boy, blah, blah, blah. They're still texting her. She ended up moving school. Yeah. The boy was getting texts. She was getting texts. The girl that the boy was dating was getting texts. Text. Her mum came into school, tried to investigate. She brought in the police, tried to investigate.
Yeah.
This happened over years. Different people got roped in. They said it was that person. They found out it wasn't. They said it was that person. They found out it wasn't. It was ruining the lives of other young people. And it was going so far. And one day, they find out it's her mum.
Have you seen it, Theo?
Oh,
it's mad. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it for parents as well. But I would recommend it. It's crazy.
Her own mother.
It's mental.
And if you saw the
mental
stuff, it was like disgusting sexual stuff. It was abusive, rude, body image, everything. She was just abusing her daughter through text for years.
This is why I'm saying mental health is real. She's a mother and her daughter was going through suicidal ideation, self-harm, all of that because of her own texts. And it went on for years, didn't it? And the police were involved, the other children's parents were involved, all of that. And it's mental to me how a mother can do that. But mental health is real. It's real. Yeah.
And I think it's shocking again that's the same thing in the sense of like that from one person, one adult in a situation that understands how narrative can change some young people's lives, goes and drops a couple and it literally spins the school out of control. And so it's like, I'm not saying that these things don't happen and we need to do the work and have the diligence to look after our young people and make sure they're cared for and safe. But I think we also have to ask the questions of where are these things coming from? Who is to benefit from these things? And why are these things happening now in these moments, And it really is concerning. I don't know what I would do if I was like a parent.
Yeah.
No, I do. I do.
Okay, what would you do? What would you do?
I'd send my son to school.
You would, yeah?
I'd tell him to go to school because, like, I don't know. For me, when I was going to school, it was a war zone. Like, it wasn't. There was no red versus blue. Everybody was just killing each other. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like you have to make the decisions to make sure. And only by God's grace, but like you gotta do the things to make sure you're okay. You can't be hanging around. You can't, And I learned that I learned that in Hackney growing up, and then I learned that in Enfield going to school. So it was like, and you might come across some stuff, and some people might do this and do that, and you find your ways out of it. I never had to fight my way out of it. I never had to. You sometimes talk your way. You find the right maneuvers, and sometimes you might have to run. You might have to, and so I think, I'll send them to school because that's the reality. I would not want the fear because I'm like, where does that stop?
I know, that's the other thing. Where does it stop? It's true.
When do I send them back to school?
Yeah.
I want to ask, how does AI how does AI play into this in the sense of ideas of misinformation and how we interpret things, and does it make things more real and more intimidating?
I saw a video the other day, right? Oh my gosh, it's scary, man. It's scary. The internet is scary. There's a few things. The other day, I think we spoke about this before though, that Twitter or X or whatever you call it, now exposed people's locations.
No, I didn't know that.
So if you go on like people's profile, you can actually click a button and see where they're tweeting from.
Oh, that's crazy.
And there are some like weird MAGA accounts. There are some like British nationalist accounts. That you click on the location and it's Mumbai. It's somebody creating a racist profile for a different person in order to create chaos in a country or for a people.
Wow.
Insane. So like that, and they have followers. There was one, I can't remember what the page was, that was like, it was like proudly American, and it had like 100,000 followers, tweets going off, and it was based in New Delhi, literally.
Wow.
But it was supposed to be some American guy, some all-American guy.
Wow.
And, so it's scary.
It is scary.
And even on Twitter, I remember seeing a video, And it's only because people are smart. There was a video of a bunch of black boys in hoodies and dogs on a train. And someone was like filming, like, oh my gosh, look what London's turned into. And on the train, and obviously you could tell, but on the train, the sound was like, oh, next stop is Peckham or whatever. Peckham's not a station. So you could tell that this was AI clearly.
Crazy.
And these boys were not moving normal, and it was...
Yeah.
But somebody's used that to create fear, you know, so...
Yeah.
Especially with AI, it's like... It is more concerning how much a narrative can be placed. And it's scary because you almost can make your wildest dreams come true with AI.
Yeah, you can.
And so it's like whatever crazy thing you want to perpetuate for a people, you can with AI. So really, that side of AI really does scare me.
Yeah, that definitely scares me. Last week I saw on social media that young people or individuals in general can make a video or create a chat, so it looks like a WhatsApp chat between a teacher and a student, so it looks like they're having a relationship, and put in images of the teacher, like naked or whatever, inappropriate images, into the chat, so it looks like they're talking, and then send it to the police and say, oh, there's a relationship going on with this teacher and this student, and get the teacher in trouble. Which is mind-blowing to me that this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And it just brings me back to social media. I just feel like, okay, AI can create anything, which is crazy to me anyway. But if we didn't have the social media, would that prevent some of these things?
Yeah, anybody can just create something and make it feel like, oh, this is a bunch of this is some teenager in some school doing this. And I think that must be tough for young people, because imagine being in a school... living a normal life. You don't even have Instagram or whatever. You're just, do you know what I mean? You're having a normal, very normal life, and then you go to school and there's metal detectors, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, well, we need to pat you down every day."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Huh?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't do anything." You know. So I think it must be tough. It must be tough for them, and I really feel for them, because I think actually the majority of them know better and don't want to be doing the things that people are doing or saying that they're doing. So it's tough, man.
There's a lot more possibility for freedom of lack of consequence on online activity from a very minor thing to more extreme.
Yes, and it's harder for the police to trace. So I've known some young people that have been doing offences involving a computer for years, and they haven't been caught till years later, because it's harder for the police to trace the IP addresses and things like that, especially if young people are coding and stuff like that. But if the young person is carrying the knife and they're walking on the high street, obviously it's easier for them to get caught of those type of offences. So, yeah, it's a lot more going on in the mind of that young person.
Of course. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of the stuff that we come out with. Make sure you're subscribed. What do we do? Or what do we say to these young people? What do we say to the parents about...
That's tough.
...about this?
Yeah.
Especially this particular red versus blue thing, you know. Are there any things that parents can do or young people can do to... stay safe or stay vigilant, from your opinion?
First thing I want to say, like, I don't want to scare off anyone. Like, anything that we've said, like teachers and parents and young people, I don't want to scare anyone off from doing anything, because I feel like these things that go around on social media is fear-mongering. So for parents to do a little bit more of a deeper dive, I would say, to find the source of things and also look at the facts. Like, let's see if things are actually happening or if it's just spreading on social media. They want a reaction and you're giving them the reaction that they want. So thinking about that, also thinking about, like, we definitely need teachers in this world. And I know there's a lot of teachers that are leaving. I don't want to scare teachers off either. But also they play a protective role. So they are doing a great job to continue with that. Young people, I think it's a good thing to be streetwise. I know we grew up in areas where we had to be streetwise. So I don't think it's a bad thing to be streetwise. Watch your back. Always be aware of your surroundings, and don't sleep. Wake up when you're walking from home or to school or whatever. So I think that's a good thing, and maybe this will trigger that for young people to be more aware of their surroundings, but also just not go along with the trends, because if they just didn't reshare and speak about it or act on it, then whoever's created it will shut it down. So there's that as well. So that would be my thing.
There are some good online outlets for fact checking.
There's
Full Fact, which are really good. I use them quite a lot. And they've all got social media accounts too. There is BBC Verify and PolityFact. And then Common Sense Media, which I'm pretty sure gives you everything that's going on, and then you can kind of digest it. And I think also Common Sense Media is guidance for teaching children fake news. So that's quite good.
Yeah. So that I would recommend for parents to check that out, and teachers or anyone working with young people.
I think now the job is harder, but the job has to be done by the parents and the school teachers, faculty, head teachers, in order to communicate that the young people are safe.
Yes.
I think that's the main focus right now, is communicating to the young people you're safe. And the more that you feel safe, the less you will worry and start to make silly decisions.
Exactly.
So parents need to not be scared. Parents need to not be reacting in fear. I understand it's a fearful thing, but you can't see something online and all of a sudden you're, you know what I mean, padding up your child before he goes to school, because what you're telling him mentally is you've got something to be to fear out there. And the issue with that is this war might stop, but the fear remains. And all of a sudden it's, but I don't want to go outside anymore because they did that then. What if they do it again? You know? So the parents and the schools have to do a really good job at making the young people feel safe now regardless.
Yeah.
And not carry the weight of this as like, this is panic mode, but okay, cool, we're assessing this thing, we're investigating it, we've heard it, but know that one, we don't tolerate it in our school, we don't tolerate it in our home or in our areas, and two, you're safe. We have there is enough police, adults that are going to protect you here, your way home, while you're at home, blah, blah, blah. Because once that happens, you kind of wrap up the impact that this thing's supposed to have.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, okay, maybe it's not happening then, you know, and they move on. Because if not, this is a first of many things that people will start to put online for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'd like to challenge young people as well from our last episode, is to have a break. Have 1 week break off social media and let us know how you feel. How does that impact your mental well-being, your physical well-being? Just in general, how does it impact you socially as well? How does it impact you? Just have 1 week. We're challenging 1 week for young people to have a break off social media, and let us know, comment, DM us, and let us know how you get on.
And technically, in the last episode, they gave this challenge as well, right? So I'd love to know from those that have done this challenge, was it helpful? Would you be prepared to do another week?
Yeah.
Would you be prepared to keep off social media? Because funny enough, I'm sure you could be off social media. This whole thing could red, blue, whatever. Yeah. It could come and go and you wouldn't even know.
Literally,
Every day was exactly the same.
Yeah.
There was just more police for some reason.
Yeah.
Kept going. So imagine just being able to live that life compared to someone else who's panicking every day, and you're taken away from their joy and fun of just being in school and living as a young person. So, Any takeaways?
My takeaway is going to be, I'm still with banning social media. I'm sorry, but I'm still with it. Like banning social media under 16 to prevent some of this happening, and also just challenging what you see. So challenging everything you see on social media. That's my takeaway. Yeah. What's yours?
My takeaway is probably going to be, just don't believe everything you see. Understand that narrative is more powerful than the truth.
Yes.
And also, when you see things like that, think before just making a decision, think about who does this stand to benefit? Who could this be beneficial for? Because oftentimes the people it's beneficial for sometimes are the perpetrators of it.
Yeah.
Just think.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, really deep and interesting and impactful episode of the Serene Pod. Hopefully this thing dies down and we'll go back to some more serene topics. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Until next time.
Till next time.
Peace.